everybody. I'm Paul Geigle, host of WCTV's show called Off the Court, where each and every week, along with head coach at Wareham Varsity, the Vikings head coach, Kevin Brogioli. Hi, Coach.
Hi, Paul.
Welcome back for another year, another season, 2014.
Can't wait. Good to be back.
Yeah. And your 16th season?
That's correct.
Wow. You still get excited?
Absolutely. Same charge out of it every year.
And last season, of course, 18-0 in the South Coast Conference, 23-2 overall. Amazing. 4 South Coast Conference titles in a row?
Actually, 7.
Wow, 7. Unbelievable.
But who's counting?
Yeah, who's counting? Yeah. And your only 2 losses were out of conference. First one against North Quincy, last one, of course, in the South Division III South Final against Martha's Vineyard. 2 great basketball games. Amazing. So we're here after the reign of Darian Fernandez, probably arguably one of the best basketball players to put on a uniform for Wareham High School. He's up on the banner as the leading scorer all time. Amazing career.
That's correct. It's call it AD, which is after Darian.
That's great. And now the heir apparent to Darian is Mason Vasconcelos on this year's team.
That's correct. Mason's going to be our go-to guy.
Yeah.
Darian has big shoes to fill.
Yes.
But Mason's the kind of kid and the kind of athlete and has the kind of character that is up for that challenge.
And kind of the total opposite of Darian, where Darian was more outward with his emotions and stuff, and Mason, a very silent person, silent leader, a different kind of a leader.
Correct. Mason's introspective. I mean, he'll get after his teammates during practice, which I really respect about him, but he works hard at keeping his composure during games. And
the only question mark, I guess, you've got to be concerned with is Mason switches from the 2, a shooting guard, to the 1, the point guard, and it's going to be a tough transition for Mason?
I think so. I think that's a tough transition for any 2-guard. He's played 2-guard his whole career, and I'm asking him to do something he's uncomfortable with for the good of the team, because I do believe he's our best option, and might be our only option.
Okay, and then let's stay at the guard position. You got some question marks there too. At the 2, we got I don't know. Is Matt Griggs, who played a little varsity last year, is he considered a guard or a forward?
Matt, we have several players like that. Matt Griggs could be a 2 or a 3. Andy White could be a 2 or a 3. Michael Labonte's probably a 2. Carlos DaCosta is a 1 probably. So we have to find the right combinations.
Yeah, Carlos played a lot of point guard for Steve's undefeated team, the JV team last year was 17-0. So he saw a lot of work at the guard position. But Andy White, to me, he looks more comfortable at the 3. Andy a little more comfortable. Would I be
he
correct
might
in
no
saying
he might
that?
be. I think he's a very good offensive rebounder. He likes to take the ball to the hole, and so we're going to find out where he's more comfortable.
Yeah, and Andy's a good free-throw shooter too.
He is. So we'd want to get him to the foul line.
Yeah, and LaTroy Harrison back from last year's team. LaTroy's a hard worker, not what you would say a quintessential 5 guy, right? He's 6'2".
Right, 6'2", wide body. He might play 5 for us this year or 4, depending on the lineup. But Troy brings energy. He hustles. He likes to bang, and he's one of the few guys with varsity experience. I'm back on this year's team.
Yeah, and he may surprise you in the scoring department. He had several games in double figures last year where he had some good offensive games. So he may be.
We're going to need him to do that this year consistently.
Yeah, and so you had a lot of competition at the 3. Okay, the guard positions we say is kind of up in the air. So the juniors, Andy White and Mike Labonte. Some other juniors here. We got Raekwon Evans. He's an interesting.
Raekwon's a senior actually. Raekwon, junior last year, but you have Raekwon who will be a 5 for us, who's got very good moves in the low post, wide body. You got Cy Barreto, another senior, big body, who could be a 5 or a 4 depending on the lineup, who we hope to bring energy and a good defensive presence. And don't forget Chris Siasi, who is back from last year's team. And Chris really high energy, runs the court, will be great on our press teams, and he'll be a 4 or a 3 as the season progresses.
Chris is lightning fast. He's had experience early part of last year as starting for you because of the injury to Anthony Abbott, your energizer last year. So Chris he's got a little work to do in the scoring department, but if he can give you some scoring, that's going to be large for you
Absolutely.
guys.
We hope that in transition he'll be able to do that for us.
Yeah, he's real good. He's going to be real good in the fast break.
Exactly.
And Mason's quick. And so your whole outlook this year, because of the lack of size, you lost the Twin Towers. It's going to be run and gun, defense, of course, always in Wareham basketball. Correct?
Right. We want to press. We want to create tempo. We want to double team. We want to mix up our defenses, and we want to score in transition. So that's the game plan. Doing it's another thing, but that's what we're going to try to do.
Right. So we've had a couple of scrimmages, and have any of the question marks been answered for you, kind of, yet?
Some questions answered, some more questions arise as you scrimmage. We scrimmaged at Taunton with a kind of an undermanned squad that first time, and then we had Sandwich come in the other night. I thought we pressed very well at one point in the Sandwich scrimmage, but there's areas we have to work on, but we just need reps in practice, and hopefully we'll get those between now and New Bedford-Vogue on Tuesday.
I think you and I talked earlier. Sandwich, to me, was a little surprised. I didn't realize they were that big up front, so that was a nice test for you guys.
It was. They had some size, and they have a very good one. Their point guard's very good, so that was a good test.
And another thing they did well in that scrimmage that I saw, that when you guys were trying to get that ball up quickly, they did a nice job moving up and blocking some of those outlet passes when you guys were trying to get on your.
They did. That's one way to try to stop a break, and that's the way they were successful.
And they did it. So that was a nice scrimmage. And we're going to be seeing Sandwich again in the tournament.
That's correct. They'll be playing Cardinal Spellman in the first round, and we'll be playing Dennis Yarmouth in the first round.
Yeah, and let's talk just a little bit about that tournament, Coach. No Burgo tournament this year.
Correct.
Right? But this is the year number 1 for the Wareham tournament, 4 teams. And is the prognosis for the years coming is maybe bring a couple more in for the tournament? Hopefully?
Yeah, I'd like to keep this going. I'd rather play 2 games at home anytime than go 2 on the road. But this is a year where we're bringing in. I think Cardinal Spellman is arguably the best team in Division III, at least in the preseason. The preseason favorite.
Yes.
So that's a quality team to bring in. And then Sandwich is Division II. DY was Division II. They moved to Division III this year. Don't know a whole lot about DY yet, but we'll find out shortly.
Yeah, all I know about DY is that their coach is gone. Kipnis, Chuck Kipnis. He was the assistant for the longest time at Barnstable. Came and turned that program around at Dennis Yarmouth in 2 years. Won the conference title last year, 10-1, and he's gone.
Right.
So the kid's got to be devastated. I mean, a new coach coming in. I think his name, Coach, is who did they give me for his name? Mike Perry was the
DAD, I believe.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, that's the Cardinals.
Oh, he's the Cardinals Spellman coach.
Cardinals, I'm sorry. You'll have to edit that one out. Okay. Okay, Coach. The coach. My information is Rich Dalrymple from Cape Cod Academy is coming in to replace Chuck Kipnis.
Yes.
Yeah. And so Kipnis went back to Barnstable.
Correct.
Yeah. So.
Correct. So he'll actually be there scouting the DY game.
Their 3 big players are Spencer Tyler, the football player, quarterback. They won their division in football. L.K. Metz at junior, another running back in football, but he's going to be a guard. And a youngster coming up, Sean Effel. But that's about it. The information tells me that Sandwich is going to be probably the next team behind Cardinal Spellman in that tournament. So it's a nice
I hope
group.
so.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we will. But it's a good group, and it'll be a good early season test.
Yeah, I think you got a good group there to start out this new Wareham tournament. And all you viewers out there, come to watch, because Cardinal Spellman has got a kid, Ryan Roach, all conference, all everything. 4-year starter. He's amazing.
Yeah, we played him several times in the last few years, and he's got a full ride to Stonehill. So he's committed. So he's a quality basketball player.
Yes, and they've got other players too, folks. So that game's at 5:30, and we're going to be broadcasting that. We're taping it, so it'll be shown on YouTube and also on WCTV. So you can watch that game, plus Wareham versus Dennis Yarmouth. Should be a good one, anyway. And that's after the opener.
Right, we open up at New Bedford-Vogue this upcoming Tuesday, and that, once again, Vogue is always a tough place to play, and they have a couple of starters back. Portalance, the big guy who can shoot from outside. Martins is a guard for them.
Martins.
They've got some some varsity experience. So
Yeah.
I picked Vogue to be one of the teams in the league. There'll be about 5 teams in the league. I think they'd have a shot at winning the championship this year.
Yeah, Case again.
Then Case will be okay. I think Old Rochester is going to surprise a lot of people this year. And I don't think
How
you can
about
count Apponequet out. Apponequet has the size, and they have some guards
Big
that
Matt
should be able
Anderson
to.
at the
Correct.
junior.
Right.
Center forward, yeah.
Should be able to get the job done. So I
Right.
think there's several teams that have a legitimate shot at winning the league.
And there was other information I got from some people talking that maybe Bourne might surprise some people this year a little. They got a lot of kids coming back.
They're gonna be-
the Phillips brothers coming back.
Yes.
Brothers, the Smiths.
Right.
Sharif and Shamir Smiths.
Correct.
At the forward positions.
Yep.
Those two good players coming back for them.
Yeah,
But
the guys are going to be young, I think, at Bourne this year. But I think down the road, a couple of years, they're really going to be a team to be reckoned with. But you never count out your rival across the canal.
Yeah, but I think the important thing about Apponequet was that they only graduated 3 seniors. They got a lot of kids coming back. So it should be an interesting year in the South Coast Conference. It's up for grabs, right, Coach?
It is, so we might as well grab it.
We had a great season last year.
Yeah, I think it was a fun year last year.
Yeah.
A lot of people stepped up, and I'm waiting to see what group of people step up this year.
Yeah, that's the exciting part. See which members of this group are going to step in and play those roles like last year. But we got to run quickly for this show, our first show on WCTV 2014 season with Coach Brogioli off the court. He's got to get right to practice, and hope to see you this coming week coming up. Like I said, Greater New Bedford Vogue and the big tournament. We'd like to see you all there. I'm Paul Geigle and Coach Kevin Brogioli, and our producer is Christian Fernandez, also the editor. And in 2 weeks, we'll see you again, Coach.
Sounds great.
So thanks everybody for watching, and see you again.